Hello Sagittarius and welcome to August. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel. Or if it's your first time, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Sagittarius for August, and we're right in the middle of eclipse season right now. So we had a partial solar eclipse on July 12th and then a total lunar eclipse on July 27th, and then we've got another one coming up this month, a partial solar eclipse, new moon, on August 11th. So this is happening in your 9th house, Sag, and 9th house is the natural placement for Sagittarius. It's happening in Leo, but in your 9th house. So that is an opportunity for new learning, for exploration, potentially for travel. It's the house of publishing, of exploring other cultures and philosophies. So if there's something that you're ready to learn, Sagittarius, or that you want to explore, this is a great opportunity to initiate that, and you may have some insight around this eclipse into shadow areas or blind spots that you've had previously. For example, if you were trying to learn a new language and you were doing it in a certain way, you may get some illumination or insight about something that was holding you back before. When we get eclipses, what it does is it brings the subconscious to above the conscious, so we can see things, we can see the shadow aspects of things that we don't normally see. Likewise with higher learning, if you had, say you were taking a course of some sort or another, this partial solar eclipse may give you some insights on, say, study habits or things that you may do in a different way. Or you were seeing that, you know, maybe you had the radio or television on while you were studying, and that's a hindrance to your learning the material fully. Or, you know, whatever it is that was a blind spot before, it will be brought to our awareness so that we can adjust and correct and potentially release that. So that's the function of an eclipse, is it brings the subconscious or unconscious to the surface so that we can see it and identify it and then potentially do something different. So 9th house, again, yeah, publishing, exploration, travel. This is very comfortable territory for you, Sag. And we've got a lot of planets in retrograde right now. We have 5 planets in retrograde. We have Mars in retrograde until the end of August, and we have Mercury retrograde also in Leo until August 18th or so. So it may be a time where you're feeling like you're being held back, where things are sort of feeling like you need to wait. I'm seeing like horses at the gate in a race where all the horses are ready to go, but the gate is not open yet. So it may be that in the second or the last third of August that gate finally opens and you can go forward again. But right now is a really good time to review things, to look back and identify what was holding you back, Sagittarius. What was preventing you from doing what it is that's related to your 9th house? Like, is there something that's been preventing you from traveling that maybe you can just correct that, or exploring, or taking another level of coursework? For some of you it might be identifying the funds to go back to college or get another degree or get another certificate in whatever field you're in. So all those things are featured for you this month, Sagittarius, and there will be more forward movement after August 18th, after we come out of the Mercury retrograde in Leo. So until then, it's a good time to wrap up old projects, to just recharge and rejuvenate yourself, to look back and see what has worked for you versus what has not worked, things you want to carry forward versus what you want to release. And it's just a good time to recharge your batteries, enjoy the summer months, and then start preparing to start your engines for the fall. That's when there will be a little bit more forward movement. Because you Sages like to go full steam ahead usually. You guys know how to take action being a fire sign. So this month I'm doing Celtic crosses. Oh, love that for you as Empress this month. That's the core focus, is growth, abundance. What's challenging that or crossing that is maybe a preoccupation of something from the past, a grief or a loss of some sort of emotional loss that's preventing you from feeling full and abundant and growing, Sag. What's at the basis of this is Devil. So this looks like this may have been some sort of obsessive situation or addiction of some sort. I'll talk more about that. Believing in something that appeared to be real but wasn't actually real. Whenever I see the Devil card, I think of the word fear, false evidence appearing real. It's when we believe in something that's not true. That's what Devil energy is about. Two of Cups. So there may have been a breakup or loss of a relationship, or I'm seeing here a love affair or infatuation that may have ended, or that there's some sort of grief over it. You may have had to leave one person for another person. There's interesting things going on here, Sag. What else is going on? Your opportunity is Chariot in reverse. What is approaching, the energy approaching, is Ace of Swords in reverse. You in the situation is Seven of Swords. Your environment is Tower in reverse. Your hopes and fears is Star. And your potential outcome is Three of Swords in reverse. And your bottom of the deck is King of Cups. So Sag, there's some interesting, challenging stuff here. I mean, if we look at Three of Swords here, Seven of Swords, and Devil, and Five of Cups. These are some challenging energies. So I'm going to ask you, what is going on, Sag? There is something, I'm seeing there could potentially have been a third-party situation, or that you're healing from some sort of emotional turmoil or heartbreak or disappointment. That's your opportunity this month, and your potential outcome is to let these swords slide out of the heart here. This is, with this Five of Cups, these two I'm seeing together. The Five of Cups is grief over something that is lost. You know, these are, cups represent emotional energy, energy of the heart. And this is your real challenge this month, is to let this go, to turn around from the focus on what's been lost, potentially related to some relationship, some love affair, and see that you still have a love available to you. I mean, when Three of Swords appears in the reverse, the opportunity is really one of healing. It's really saying, okay, I'm really ready to let these swords slide out. I'm ready to let go of these thoughts that are keeping my heart from being whole, that are keeping my heart pierced. So, and I'm seeing two cards, the central card and your bottom of the deck here as Empress and King of Cups. So these are both very loving, very compassionate, very nurturing cards. And this energy is here for you, but you have a lot of stuff. And this is actually you at the bottom of the deck here, Sagittarius. You know, Queen of Wands, radiant, vibrant, the Queen of Fire. And also here, Ten of Cups. So, you know, there's like joy and happiness available to you. The sun can shine again. But with this eclipse season, what it's doing is it's bringing out the shadow aspects of what's going on so that they can be identified and released. So there's some interesting stuff going on, but what I'm getting is, like, you have to clear away all the cobwebs of this situation that has happened in order to get to a place of renewal, of healing. It's very interesting to me that we have your environment card as the Tower, followed by your hopes and fears card of the Star. There was some upheaval. This is the natural progression, by the way, of these cards. This is card number 15 in the Major Arcana, and this is card 16. Sorry, this is 16 and this is 17. So this is how it usually goes, is that there's some big shakeup, and then there's a sense of hope and renewal after it. With all this heavy duty energy, I'm wondering, Sag, if maybe you left one partner to go to another person. Or if there's some sort, with Devil and Seven of Swords, Devil is the basis, and you showing up as Seven of Swords, I'm seeing that there's something going on beneath the surface. You probably know what this is. This might be something that you're hiding from yourself or from someone else. There may have been some sort of deception or lies, whether that was you or someone else. I could actually see that it could have been both of you lying to one another or not representing things honestly to one another, and that's why this Two of Cups here is in the past. But I also see that you have the opportunity to become Empress, to become the person who grows and who feels fulfilled. But there is this challenge card of Five of Cups, which means that you may have to work through letting go of the grief of if there was a disappointing situation. You know, with these three cards really go together. The Two of Cups in the past position. This is the love affair, the infatuation, the exchange of heart energy, the partnership. And then this is usually, both of these cards are breakup cards. Both of these cards are, you know, mourning over what is lost. But with this in the reverse position as your outcome, it's showing that you have the opportunity for healing and recovery from what was lost. You may have some regrets, Sagittarius, about something that went on that became kind of like a tower moment for you, that you may have seen it coming, but you were in a little bit of denial and saying, you know, I'm just going to run away from this thing. I don't want to see this tower environment. You know, maybe there could have been some way, again, that you were lying to yourself, or someone was presenting something to you that was not exactly honest or true. Usually Devil is what we are what we are controlled by externally. So external forces that we give our control over to, like addictions or obsessions or believing in something that is not real. Again, that false evidence appearing real, that's fear. So what fears did you give into? Or this could even just be passions. This could be like going after someone that you're attracted to when you're in a partnership, and that it may have led to a breakup, you know, that you are very sad about. Your opportunity here is Chariot in reverse. So Chariot usually is a card of success and victory and crossing the finish line, going where you want to go. But what it's really requiring of you is to trust your inner instincts. I'm getting for this card, trust your inner conscience, like that small voice within you that's saying, you should do this, you should go this way. I'm actually getting with this card, you know, with the black and the white, it's almost like the devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other shoulder, where they're both whispering in your ear. And the sense that I get, Sag, is that you know which one to follow. But with Chariot in reverse, you may be giving yourself over to, you know, the horse or the one that is whispering things in your ear that doesn't necessarily have your best interests in mind. So your opportunity is to correct that by trusting your conscience, trusting your inner instincts, trusting your intuition, and that will take you forward in the correct direction that you want to be going in. With Chariot in reverse, it may feel like it's backwards movement. It may feel like self-sabotage. So with Devil and Chariot, I'm going to say, look at things in a way of like where you are right now versus where you want to go. Are the actions that you're taking you forward, or are they taking you backward? Are they supporting and uplifting you? Or are they sabotaging you? Because your choices, which choices you make in which direction to go, Sag, will determine, you know, obviously where you end up. So I think what you need to do is listen to that inner voice, that inner conscience, that inner guide, your inner intuition, your gut feeling on things. That's your opportunity. But what I'm also seeing is that you may not be being honest with yourself. This is Ace of Swords, which is the truth that is clear as day. This is truth with a capital T. This is a revelation, an aha moment. It's clarity. But when Ace of Swords is in reverse, I usually read this as the truth that's right in front of your face that you don't want to see. You know, this can be like, I'm trying not to see that. I'm trying not to know that. I really am getting this in tandem with the Devil card here, where you may have such a preoccupation or attraction to someone that you're willing to go backwards for them and not see that it's impacting you, that it's causing you to be consumed with grief, when really where you're at the basis is Empress. This is the person who's satisfied. This is the person who's in despair and depression. So this is what's covering you, because that's your challenge card. Your challenge is to try to see the truth that is right in front of you. And again, that works with eclipse energy. Eclipse is when we have something that's shadowy, that's sort of beneath the depths, that is covering the conscious. It's saying I may be pursuing more base things that are taking my attention, like addictions, like obsessions, like giving my control away to things that end up hamstringing you. Also in the Devil card, there's often depicted two people who are in chains. So the sense that I get with Chariot in reverse is that you also have the opportunity to liberate both you and this other person by moving forward, by taking movement. Chariot often is a card of movement. Instead of being stuck here, chained to this Devil card, whatever it is that is causing you to give your power away or make choices that end up controlling you instead of you being the one in control, Sag. What is it that is taking over and saying, no, do this, go this way, go, that isn't really serving you, and that you may be in a certain amount of denial about? I don't want to see that truth. There's something this is what's piercing your heart here. It's a certain way of thinking about things. It's wanting to avoid the truth. And, eventually the world, the outer environment, will clear that out of the way. This is what Tower is for. If we're constantly rushing and taking on too much, often the world will put a disease or an accident in our path to stop us and slow us down. If we're not seeing it, if we're trying to cut corners, if we're trying to do something under the surface. This is showing up as you, Sag. So you may be saying, okay, well, I want to get all this stuff done, so I'm just going to leave that behind and run with these. Or, it's really like you're not being honest with yourself or someone else. It's really that you may be running away from something, Sag. And with Ace of Swords in reverse too, I see you may be running away from the truth of something. But there is opportunity for you to heal, for you to grow, and for you to release out of this heartbreak, out of this emotional pain. But I'm hoping that it won't require a Tower moment to do that. This is your hopes and fears card, which is renewal. It's actually just a card of hope, of self-acceptance, of you accepting yourself just as you are. Stripped of all clothing, of anything that has to do with the external world, any status, any title, anything other than who you are just intrinsically. So this is what you most want, but in some ways it's what you most fear, that your hopes of just being who you are and being accepted for who you are may not come true. But what I'm seeing, Sag, is that if you can work through this energy, if you can let what's been spilled in the past go and turn around and see there's still love available for you. There's still heart energy that will carry you through. You can tap into this Empress energy. Everything she touches grows. She's satisfied. She's content. She's receptive. Things come to her. It's not as though she is chained to something and is anyone's slave. And she doesn't accept limitation. She is in her own authority, and she's in her own strength. And I think that can be you, Sagittarius, if you can work through this energy and accept, maybe there is something that was in the past. Maybe there was some heartbreak. There was some underhanded behavior by someone in the environment. but I think you have to identify what's going to serve you to allow you to be Empress and not sabotage you in terms of giving yourself and your power away. Devil or Chariot in reverse is really like going in a direction that doesn't help you. Again, this phrase is coming up for me of if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. That to me is what is going to help you this month. Like, you really need to look the truth in the face. It's showing up for you here. Ace of Swords. It's clear as day. But because it's in reverse, it's saying to me, you may not be wanting to see it or acknowledge it. You may not see how you gave your power away. Maybe entangling with someone else in a way where you both were being someone other than who you are, actually. So I'm hopeful, Sag, that you can embody this month Empress and King of Cups. This is all about compassion, nurturing, abundance, you know, experiencing the real effects of love and letting go. And, you know, then you become your natural self, this Queen of Wands. Then you allow in this Ten of Cups, this love at the end of the rainbow here. But you're going to have to work through releasing this. Releasing sort of crying over spilt milk or things in the past. Not that it's not difficult and not that grief doesn't have its own process, but there may be a certain amount of staying in this and not acknowledging actions that are turning you upside down, that may be bringing in a tower moment, like a cataclysmic, something that you're resisting, because this is what you want to let in. You want to let in this hope, this renewal, this acceptance of yourself just as you are. I get the sense you're going to need to strip some things away this month, Sag, and it's a great time with this eclipse in your 9th house for, you know, a set of higher learning. It could be a spiritual renewal. It could be a real aha moment if you're willing to look at it, if you're willing and able to have the courage to look at the truth that is staring you right in the face. So that's kind of an intense reading, Sag, but it looks like there can be some letting go of some old hurts if you're willing to have the courage to do that. And you do have renewal coming in for you. You do have, you know, these swords, these beliefs slipping out and your heart becoming whole again if you are willing to really be honest with yourself. So that's my reading for you, Sagittarius, for August. I hope all of you have a wonderful August, the tail end of the summer. It's got some nice recovery from all this retrograde motion at the end of August. We'll finally feel released from all that may be holding us back. And that may be the time when you move on from anything that's been heavy on your heart, Sag. If you've been feeling a little bit depressed or sad, you know that after the 3rd week of August, you may have more access to this. As long as you're really, really honest with yourself and releasing yourself, you know, the truth will set you free. If you look at these 2 cards, this is Archangel Michael's Excalibur sword. The truth sets you free. The truth can, like, cut these bonds that you have to devil energy. This is any deception, lies, obsessions, addictions, anything that holds you bound, anything that limits you, this is what will set you free. And this is what's coming in. So face the truth squarely, Sagittarius, and you will free yourself. Then you become this Empress person where all abundance and good things just flow to you naturally. You know, these 2 cards, it's hopes and wishes fulfilled. And that's showing up here in your reading, Sag. You just have to let it in. So I'm really hopeful for you that happens this month. So that's my reading for you, Sagittarius. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading, please feel free to do that below. I'll have a link down there. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching, both my new subscribers and my long-term subscribers. Thanks for tuning in. Yours in the stars.